Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm showing you, I meant to put this on a previous day's video, but I screwed things up. I'm going to do it over again. Here's where I live, and there's the woods going up the ridge here. Goes up like over here, like a 40-degree angle. And then there's a road running because there's a water tank up to the right of me, a giant water tank that they use the road to drive up there and do what they gotta do to the tank there. And here, right in front of that White House there, that's the last house before the forest. I saw a big, humongous bear one night walking across, because I'm always looking out the window, you know, to have a cigarette. Sorry to say that, but that's what I'd be doing. And I saw a coyote on her property, skunk, deer, of course deer, should go without saying, excuse me. Porcupine. There was two of them. There was the mama and the baby porcupine. She was carrying it because it was wobbling like a weevil, you know. And rabbits, of course, you know, everything but Bigfoot. Never even hear a peep at night. No sounds, no vocals, nothing at all. I heard tree falls, but that was nature, you know, that wasn't no Bigfoot knocking down the tree. And yeah, you know, it's kind of a steep climb, but it goes up, and then from that road it goes up again even further, like a 50-degree angle. And then at the top it's a plateau. It's flat, completely flat, and it runs for a couple of miles closer to Pennsylvania. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Brooklyn now. I'm out of the woods, and I'm going into an area much further up than I usually go into. About a quarter mile up further. On the side heading north. It was about, look at this tree break right here and a twist to it. See that? It's got a twist to it. You know, I was looking at this old dead tree over here. I didn't video it, but it's an old dead tree, and there were no branches in between the fork, the crook of the fork, you know. So what's that telling you? Over here you see branches, they're all laying along the ground. Look at this monster tree. This is a monster of a tree, but that piece of the trunk or branch broke off and is hanging down. I don't have my camera attached to my monopod because I thought I had my monopod in the car, but evidently it was in the house, not in the car. It is so quiet walking on this. It really poured yesterday here. It was unbelievable, the amount of rain that came down. Came down in buckets. People pulled over because they couldn't drive. It rained so hard. Well, not here, but down where I live, which is not too far from here. So they had probably had the same amount of rain up here. This is some nice country, boy, I tell you. I love it here. but I'm not seeing anything yet. I just walked in, so I can't say. I'll try to hold this camera as steady as I can and pan slowly. You hear the birdies, right? They're yelling at me to get out of their territory. They think I'm gonna go eat their little chicks, which I would. If I found little chicks, I'd pluck them, gut them, and fry them. Nah, I'm only kidding. I would never do that. Oh, look at this pine, and it's got pine needles very low to it. See, it goes up there. This is the first time I seen pine needles so low, but it's a different type of pine. It's like one of those Christmas tree needles on this pine. It's not like the ones with those long pine needles I found in that pine grove. It's a different type of pine. That's good. I love to see pines, as you know. I don't like to see them dead. You see? Look at all these, what do they call this stuff here? Ferns, all these ferns. You know, this is a really moist area. You know, it gets a lot of rain here. We had so much rain this year, it's unbelievable. A lot of rain this year, and I like rain. I really do, because it cleans the streets. Well, in the city, I used to say, oh, thank you God for making it rain hard to clean the scum off the streets. And what I mean by scum is dirt. Not what some people think of scum as. It's dirt. And it used to stink, especially around the Chinese restaurants. Oh God, did it stink around Chinese restaurants. They used to put out them friggin' fish heads and fish. Oh man, what a stink. And you know, it used to drip into out of their garbage bins into the sidewalk and streets, and that's why I loved it when it rained really hard. Look at this. I'm in a pathway, a walkway, a deep walkway here, you know. And you know, this is the side where I always come up to the creek, as they call it. The creek. The city, we call it creek. Up here they call it crick. Crickety crick. And it's not running as fast as I expected it to run with all that rain we had. You know? I don't see anything so far. Not a ting. Oh, there's a big monster tree in front of me. A quinad, I believe it is. That's 5 trunks coming out of one tree trunk. Alright, this looks like a pretty good place for me to cross, I believe. Take it slow, Al. Take it easy, boy. Like my dad used to say, take it easy, boy. Okay, so I took it easy. And what's this? You see these leaners, and they're up against these little broken branches, breaks. You see? Can you see that? Yeah, I'm sure you see that. I don't have that piece of tape in front of my camera because I don't have my monopod hooked up to it. Maybe I'm better off doing it this way without the monopod, you know, because I just open my fingers and keep them away. Look at this monster of a tree, huh? You believe that? Look at it. Yeah, it is a quinad, meaning five trunks coming out of the base of one tree. That's what I call them, you know. I don't know what other people call them, but triad, quinad, sexad, setad, octad, you know. Yeah, it's really cool in these woods. I wish I could take you people with me, these guys that have disabilities and such and can't get out into the woods like I do. Look at this. This is a big old pine. Big old pine. But no leaves on it. Let me see. Let me look up. Straight up. There are pine needles up there. There are pine. I'm on a little friggin' cliff, ridge like. I'm not too stable. I'm never stable anyway. Whether I'm on flat ground or on a incline, I'm not stable. You know, a lot of researchers say don't go out into the woods by yourself. Well, that's what I like. I like being by myself. I don't want nobody tagging along with me. I'm gonna... Oh, you'll see it. What am I talking? I'm talking to you as if I'm talking to you right now. But, jeez, I gotta get used to... Here's another big pine. All the way up. Pine needles. But from the 2/3 down, no pine needles. You know? I gotta have to stop for a minute. Oh, and adjust my backpack. So, you could look at the woods while I adjust my backpack. This is really thick woods, as you can see. It's really thick. So I should do a dog bark. You know, I really should. Because the bear, definitely bear in these woods. And it's raining again. Shit. It's a sun shower. You hear the rain? It's pouring down. Not on me, but to the left of me. It is pouring. What is this tree? I think this is an ash tree with these kind of leaves. I said I gotta stop talking about trees, but I love pine trees, you know. I feel bad when I see dead pines. Like I said, Bigfoot uses way up there. You see that? Those are pine needles. Bigfoot uses pines to make bedding and to send their children into them to hide. And I know that because I used to analyze videos, and I would always see the little guys sticking their heads out to look at the researchers. Here's a dead pine, fell off of this, see that? And there's the part that it fell off, that fell off of this stump, big stump, about 4 feet tall or more. All of a sudden it got real quiet. I don't hear one bird. Does that mean Bigfoot's around? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble maybe. I don't believe that shit. I really don't. I don't believe that when you don't hear birds, that means Bigfoot's around. You know? That's not true. He was squawking because I was walking under his nest or her nest. Not because he didn't stop because Bigfoot. He stopped. It stopped because here's a piece of a pine right here that fell off. This is another big pine. See, there's a lot of big pines in this area. And way up there, you know, there's pine needles on there. But from the 2/3 up, there's nothing. No needles at all. No pine needles. Oh, here is a leaner. Couple of leaners. You see this? I was watching Mr. Noel this morning, one of his videos that showed you the same exact stuff I'm showing you. You know? These like tree trunks, whatever you want to call them, in between the fork of the tree. There's 3 of them, and they're all in the fork. Fork, that's not a fork and fork, that's just a branch and a fork, or a trunk and a fork. Alright, you know, I realize how long it takes now to put a 30-minute video to upload it. It takes close to 3 hours, and if I do it two 30 minutes, or you know, maybe the second one less than 30, you know, it takes like close to 6 hours till it's completed. It's crazy, man. There's got to be a quicker way to do this stuff. And I think they have people at YouTube that monitor the videos, because when I was uploading Al's rant, they stopped it. They stopped it dead at 39%, you know. And I went back hours later and it was still in the same place. Yeah, well, that wasn't a video that I should have talked about, you know, as if I was a bigot. God, there's a lot of nice big pines here, but I just hate seeing them with no needles on them. This is a young one right here in front of me, and there's needles lower. See, there. And this is a bigger pine, and there's one over there with needles on it. Another one over there with needles on it near the top, but none in the middle or lower. I wish I knew why that was. Look at this monstrous pine. Yeah, I know I shouldn't talk about trees, but look at these pines. Unbelievable sizes. And about halfway up it starts with the needles. You see? About halfway up the needles start. That is what you call groovy, like a 10-cent movie. I don't know if there ever was 10-cent movies, probably way back in the teens and early 20s, you know, silent movies. They were probably 10 cents or a nickel. But when I went, me and all the urchins in my neighborhood, what my father used to call us, urchins, and we all used to go in there, like a dozen of us, and we always made trouble. And the maitre d's or matrons, they're always looking to throw us out. And we'd be quiet for a while, and we'd start up again when they weren't around. See, these pines are everywhere. Everywhere. Pine needles. I love pines. But these aren't the type of pines that Bigfoot put their children up in. Those pines are a different type. Yeah, these are the pines that are growing around here. Let me pull one down. Can you see that? Can you make that out? You see? It looks like a ball of needles at the end of the little twig, whatever you call them. Oh, now I'm starting to see some hangers. Not hangers, leaners. You people that can't get out into the woods, you know, I'm doing this for you mostly. Because, you know, I know how it is not to be able to go somewhere you want to go. You know, those leaners, possibly. I don't know. These leaners, look at this. These big things. Are these leaners? Probably. They leaning up against that big pine. Let me zoom it. See? Going up and leaning into that big pine there, into a fork. And one of them is a fork in a fork. Fork and forks. And there's other small ones around it. I don't know if I finished that thing I was saying about Chris Noel. He was showing the same kind of stuff I show, you know? The same stuff. And I found out that there is an electric substation not far from where I live, about a half a mile. He told me exactly where it was, and I was going to go there today. But then I'm saying there's a big highway on either side of it. You know, there's 17, or what they're going to call 86, and 434. There's 17 to the right of it, direction I'm going, and 434 to the left of it. 434 is not really used that much like 17, because I've been out at night driving down 434 and you don't see a car for shit, man. I'm telling you, people up here, it's like after a certain hour, they go in their houses and, you know, that's it. Dead pine right here. What the hell's that noise? Maybe it was an owl. Oh, yeah, that is an owl. Definitely an owl. He's going, whoo, whoo. Another monstrous pine over there with trees pine needles going up, all the way up. I wish they would send a tree doctor in here, you know, and find out why these pines are dying. Look at that, there's an X right there. You see that? An X. That is definitely an X. Oh no, that's not an owl. That's those doves. That's a dove. I'm sorry. I was wrong about that. An owl. It was a doves. We even had doves in Brooklyn, you know. Here's another friggin' pine broken at the base of the stump and laying down there with a tree on top of it. But this tree did not come from here. Right there, see? There's no spot where this thing came from. And it was against this little fork here that's sticking out. Where the hell did it come from? Because this is the base of the tree. This is the base. And it gets thinner as it goes up. I see a lot of this crazy stuff of stumps, you know. Well, I'm sure these things died from age, probably. I just can't believe the amount of tracks that are here, you know, going like 3 inches deeper on either side of them. I'm sorry I gotta do this, but I gotta make a dog bark because I'm getting in some really dense stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, I mentioned it before, that bear, the dogs, they use dogs here to tree a bear. I don't know if there's cougar here, I really doubt it. But definitely bear. Here's something like I saw on a previous video. I thought was a pig wallow because it's black, and the one I saw was circular. I said 30 feet in circumference. I meant 30 feet in diameter. So, and there was a, you know, in the middle there was a puddle of water. And I was told there definitely are wild pig up here. I don't want to run into one of them suckers, boy, I tell you. They're nasty little guys. They got them friggin' canines that'll cut you. They're like razor blades, I heard. See? I'm walking where the deep depression is. Okay, I'm gonna go in as far as I can. I mean, I see a lot of stuff that I'm not even showing yous. Like this. Look at this pile of twigs. Look at it. It's unbelievable. All these twigs off of this young tree? Nah, I don't think so. I really don't think so. You know? A bunch of twigs. You know? It's crazy. And I said, I never saw this stuff when I hunted. Maybe because I wasn't looking for it. I don't know, because I didn't even think about Bigfoot back then. You know? Back in the late 60s and early 70s, you know, I used to look at the Inquirer, newspaper called the Inquirer, and supposedly everything in the Inquirer was fake. So that's why I didn't believe. And they were showing pictures of Patty. You guys know who Patty is, right? Look at this. They were showing pictures of Patty. And I said, oh, that's fake. What the hell did I know, you know? Now I know that was real. Watching M.K. Davis and other analyzers. Look at this. Look at this. God, look at this. I have to mention this. Brooklyn Owl got lost again. But I reversed my direction and found the orange ribbons that I told you about. The hunter that ties the orange ribbons around the trees. And this guy is right on. I'm supposed to go south. I got turned around, see? See, I've been following these for about a half mile now. And there's ahead of me, there's more. Everywhere you look, you'll see a ribbon. This guy is great. Thank God for this guy that ties the orange ribbons. So it must be a deer hunter. Okay, so I'm good.